Welcome to part 39. Oh, come, follow me. Let's go meet Matthew. This is January the 13th, 2025 by man's calendar. And Jesus is distraught because the disciples could not cast this lunatic spirit out of this boy. Why? Why couldn't they do it? He told them that they were perverted. And Jesus, this is Matthew 17, 18. And Jesus rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that hour. He was cured from that hour. He wasn't a lunatic no more. He didn't do these things no more. Then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, why could we not cast him out? They didn't even understand how they couldn't do it. You ever asked yourself why you can't do this when Jesus said in the book of John that what he did and greater still shall we do? Well, you got to believe first. You got to believe that he is for one thing, and then next you got to believe that he can do all things and that he's going to. Not that he, not just that he can, but you got to know that you know that you know that he's going to do it. It ain't enough just to know he can. You have to know he's going to. There can't be any room for a choice in there. Because if you say to him, Jesus, you can do this if you want to, he's going to say, okay, I don't want to. I don't want to. Because y'all didn't believe in me enough to say, do this. Just do it because you said you would because I asked. No, no. This ain't, if you want to type thing. This is Jesus. You said you'd do it, do it. That's what he likes. That's what he wants to hear. He wants to hear the faith in you. He wants you to hold him to his word. Yeah, but you don't want to do that because you're a wicked and a perverse generation. Anyways, verse 20. And Jesus said to them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say to you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, boy, that's a tiny little damn faith. They didn't even have that, or that lunatic spirit would have been gone. But they didn't even have that. You shall say to the mountain, remove here to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible to you. But no, you think you got to have an excavator and a backhoe and a loader and all this stuff to move a mountain, right? Is that how Moses brought water from the rock? Now I know he smoothed a rock, but not every time. The Lord, he got in trouble for smiting the rock that one time because he wasn't supposed to smite it. He was just supposed to speak on to it. Because he done that a couple of times. But he got in trouble for that one time because he wasn't supposed to smite the rock. There was a reason. The Lord wanted him only to speak to it, to command it, like he commanded things. But Moses didn't do it that way. Obedience is important. And without faith, it is impossible to please God. And if you believe he's going to do something, you'll obey him for the belief's sake, because you believe it. Apparently, the world does not believe he's returning. Look at their behavior. Apparently, the world does not believe this word of God. Wonder why? Oh, that's right. It hasn't really been preached correctly for hundreds of years, right? Because if it had been preached correctly, here's what wouldn't have happened. Man wouldn't be living in pagan and celebrating and worshiping tradition, holidays, and idols, and worshiping idols, would they? And living in traditions of man, but they would be keeping the word of God for fear that the Lord would smite them. But no, man don't fear God because they're not taught to anymore. They lost their fear of God, truly. And so I got to ask, how is it that you believe in the Lord? By your behaviors and things that you do? It says that you do not believe in him. Because when you were tested, where your faith was, y'all lined up for experimental jabberoonies. To be popped into your bodies because you were afraid you would catch a germ if you didn't get that El Chateau. Follow what I'm saying. I'm trying to avoid the boterisms that will catch the words that I say and cast down my videos. So, follow what I'm saying. Put it together. Use some discernment. In 2020, there was a particular type of challenge, I guess you could say. And they said, if you love your neighbor as yourself, you will get this jabberoonie. You'll come and take this zini, and it's experimental. We don't know nothing about it. We don't know what long term it could be. You could grow a tail, or maybe your lungs could fall out, or maybe you could go blind. No, they didn't say none of that, though, did they? And even if they had, though, you'd have probably lined up to get it anyway. Did you trust the Lord? No. You listen to those men that were out there on them stages just pointing their fingers and saying stuff. And you followed them. Because you thought they was intelligent and that they cared about you. They don't even know you. How many of them you know personally? So if you knew them personally, why did you listen to them to start with? There's a rub, ain't it? Because you should have known how they was living if you know them personally. So why would you listen to them? Here, there's the rope. Do you know Jesus personally, by the way? Let me ask that. Oh, wait. Did you know him in 2020 when all this was going down? So why didn't you just come to him to protect you? Psalms 91. And abide under the shadow of the Almighty instead of going and getting this experimental zini popped into your body. Take one. Oh, wait, no, we've discovered you got to take two. They small. Oh, wait, you're going to need three. Oh, no, sorry, you need four. Four, definitely make sure. Make sure of what? That you die? That you're going to grow the tail? Or the third eye? Or 6 wings? Or what? Why did it take so many? Think about it. And you just kept going back. Ooh, I began to warn people about this here thing. Because the Lord said it was marked. I'm going to put it that way. Now, don't come at me on this because you do not want to go down this road. Because I ain't even gonna. I'm just going to look up and I'm going to say, Jesus, that one asked for some fire. Did you hear what they said to me? That one would like some fire poured out on their house and upon their whole generation, their whole family, the whole family line. They wanting you to come in and pour out your plagues right down on them, Jesus. That's what I'm going to say to you. And don't be hitting my video, because that is just an alarm. Just an alarm. But anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. Let's get back into this book of Matthew and get a little bit of this word in here, because we've talked about this here pharmakia thing a little bit and to enough that I hope I got the point across. But like I said, don't come at me on this one. I'm letting you know how God tests us. And in various ways, he did test you. And where was your faith? I'm not asking you to answer me. I'm asking you to tell him, to talk to him. Because you offended him. Because Jesus tells these disciples right here, because of their unbelief. Let's recap that, verse 20. And Jesus said to them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say to you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you shall say to the mountain, remove here to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible for you. But you don't have faith as a mustard seed. Howbeit, now this is what he tells you, howbeit, or however, rather, verse 21, however, this is 17:21 of Matthew. However, this kind goes not out but by prayer and fasting. Yep. You got to pray and fast for these things to go out. Why? Because your unbelief, for one thing. But anyway, I'll see you in the next part when I get a chance to get it up. But I hope that you're understanding. See you in the next part.